Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys? So this session is about .NET Core CronJob HangFire Hackathon, and we'll cover .NET Core, Dependency Injection, CronJobs in HangFire, and Github Publishing. And in the end, if you have any question, you can ask me, or you can write in the chat window. First, I'll play this video about iPIP so that you know what is iPIP. And after that, I'll tell you a bit about iPIP. One guy is saying he can't hear the audio. Maybe, okay, so it's sorted. Okay, so I'll start the video now.
iPIP, Irish Pakistani ICT Professionals. An open access platform for present and future Irish Pakistani ICT professionals. Professional and social networking. Information and training seminars. Career guidance events. Upskilling sessions. Community get-togethers. Irish Pakistani ICT professionals. Join us, guide us, contribute and play your role in this community building project. iPIP, Irish Pakistani ICT professionals.
Okay, so first let me tell you about...
Assembly language is a low-level programming language for a computer or other programmable device that is...
So first, let me explain a bit about iPIP. So before we kick off this event, I would like to share some background and main motives of iPIP, ICT professionals. So one of the main objectives is to create an efficient and effective networking environment. And the purpose of this is knowledge sharing through its website, blogs, Facebook page. So iPIP enables ICT professionals to share their knowledge, keep providing information about emerging trends, upskilling opportunities, and job openings. So over the period of time, we conduct webinars, hackathons, and that's beneficial for entrepreneurs, ICT professionals, and students who are in technology. So if you go to ipip.com, ipip.ie, you can join and fill form and be part of iPIP community. And in here, we had several webinars and events like related to key to success in IT industry, top trending opportunities in IT, R&D funding, thinking about startup, how to sell online, information security, drop shipping, Angular, React, finance and wealth management in IT sector, Python, and how to get admission in PhD in Ireland. And we have our Facebook page where we put our updates related to events, and you can join LinkedIn page. And we also have YouTube where we put all our latest YouTube's videos. So this one will be on YouTube as well. So, so let's get started. Let me check if somebody's joining. Yeah, that's all. So for this session, you would need Visual Studio and Visual Studio installed on your local. And also you would need .NET Core. So .NET Core is open source, cross-platform and high-performance platform, that allows you to build modern internet-connected, cloud-enabled application. As we know, previously .NET used to be platform dependent, but with the help of .NET Core, you can deploy applications and work on Linux and Mac OS as well. So you can build web apps, IoT apps, services, and mobile backends. It runs on .NET Core, and you can do development on Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. So you can deploy your code on cloud or on premises monolith applications. So benefit of that is it's cross-platform, so you can deploy it on any OS, and it's open source, and it's a unified platform to develop web UI and services, and it has built-in dependency injection, which I'll show you in the code. It used to be like we have to install some packages for dependency injection, but in .NET Core, it's built in. And you have the ability to deploy your server on IaaS or Crystal, Docker, or Apache. And it's lightweight and high performance, and it includes modern HTTP request pipeline. And it's well suited architecture for testability. And you can integrate other frameworks like Angular or React or Blazor with .NET Core apps. Okay, so let's start Visual Studio. So if you like, you can turn on your Visual Studio and do what I'm doing, or you can just watch and note down what I'm doing, and you can do it on your local.
Sorry, before we start, just have a small question.
Yeah.
So just wondering, so can we deploy applications like on Azure and AWS with this?
Yeah, you can deploy it on Azure or AWS. Yeah, no problem. So any cloud platform you can deploy.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to first create a new app. So for that, I'll select here web. So I'll create .NET Core web app. Click next. And folder, maybe I can say this folder. And here I can create iPIP HangFire app. And we will put H capital. And in here, project name, I can say HangFire iPIP app. As we are in Visual Studio 2019, so it has .NET Core 3.1 support. And as you know, recently .NET 6 has launched, so which only work on Visual Studio 2020. I also have this, but with this, you don't need .NET Core. .NET Core is already included in that. So if you are using latest version, you can select here .NET 6. That would be enough. And yeah, rest of the stuff is fine. Okay, so the app is created and we have a startup file, program file. Whenever the .NET code is run, it first run the program file, and within program, it runs the startup file. So we can configure our services and stuff here, and rest of the stuff we can put in the controllers and other files. So let's maybe build the solution and run it to see how it looks at the moment. So this is all boilerplate code you get whenever you create a new app. All this code comes with the app. So that's how it looks at the moment. Nothing in that. Okay, so we have this home privacy pages are here in the pages here. Privacy. Home is coming from the index page. Okay, so I'll close this and I'll install Nuget package. We would need a couple of packages. So I'm gonna install HangFire and install this. And after that, yeah, that's installed. I would need one more. Maybe I'll add Swagger as well. Maybe later, if you get time, I'll show you how we can configure Swagger. Okay, so a couple of packages installed, and now we can go to our startup class, and in here we can do like in the configure services here you can configure the services that you have, like Razor pages, and here you can do like you want to include MVC or routing or any other things, like any new files or services you add, you have to register it here. So in here we can add stuff like related to HangFire. So actually the cron jobs in HangFire CronJobs actual purpose is when you run the app on server or on cloud, it works straight away. You have a web page or something, and you wanted something to run on a specific time or after interval. So these cron jobs kick in and it does the purpose. Like you wanted something to be fired straight away after the request, or you wanted to be something to fire after half an hour, every half an hour, or every minute, or every day at some specific time. So you can configure the cron jobs, and your app is running, and it would, fire this stuff on a specific time. So this can be useful in maybe email marketing or any other purpose you want to achieve. And you are not doing manually, it's automatically doing stuff for you on specific time, like every day or every week. So yeah, so here we can configure this HangFire by doing this, and we'll use SQL storage, and here we can provide the connection string of SQL Server. So for that, we would need to maybe create a database because this need one database. So if you want to connect locally, so if I put just dot, it means I'm connected. I'm trying to connect local, or you can put localhost here. Okay, so yeah, I can create a new database called, what's our project name is HangFire iPIP app. So I can call it Hang iPIP HangFire DB. Okay, so this DB is created, and in here I need to provide the connection string. So we can say our server is localhost, and initial catalog is this our DB name, and user ID is my user ID there. Which one I have? ESW, dev user. So, and my password, yeah, I can. If you have a user, there you need to create one user in SQL Server, or if you have any user, you can put your ID password there. So that it means your user should have the mapping with this new database. So like I have this user, so you can go in here to see what database this user can view. So it has this iPIP HangFire DB. So this has access to this DB. So that's fine. And you can say here, add HangFire server. So this will add the server, and in the configure, we can add here app.use HangFire dashboard. And here we can do map razor pages, or we can do maybe map controllers. Okay, that's all. And after that, maybe we have the DB created here, and Now I'll maybe create a new project here in which we can create our service. So add new project, and I can maybe go here, console. Library, class library project I can create. And I can name it HangFire service, or maybe I can call it personal service. So this is kind of like you have a separate service which is doing something which will be connected to this HangFire app. So in here, maybe I'll delete this file. We can create interface. We can name it we start with I for interface, my neural service. And in here, we can make it public. And we can have one function here, which maybe run my task. Okay, and now we can create here one class. And we can call it my personal service. So we specify as public, and we can extend that with our interface that we created. And it's complaining about missing members. So when I click it, implement whatever member it had. So in this one, here we can say like maybe can do this console dot write line, and we can say this task is run from my personal service. Okay, and yeah, that's it. So if I save it, and yeah, I need to create a controller here now, so that I can call this service from this project. So first I need to register this service in here. So in startup, we can add it, as I mentioned about dependency injection. So in .NET Core, you can do like a scoped way of doing it, or you can do it like a singleton, or you can do transient. So in here, we can add it like we'll add it here. Dot add scoped. So you can add it. You can do a dependency injection via this way. This way, it's kind of like when you're doing scoped, it means it will be your service or your class will be available throughout your request when you request for the web page or endpoint. So if you do add singleton, it means at first time the object will be created and the instance of that will be used throughout. And if I do transient, this means it's like when you are in a class and you create an object with a new operator. So it has a bit of lifetime whenever you can use it and you can dispose it off. So it has it works like that kind of approach where you create object with a new operator. So here we can create it. We can do dependency injection by using add scope. So in here we can provide our service interface. So my personal service and my personal service. Okay, so I'll make it bigger. It doesn't like it. So reference the project. So when I click this, so this project will be referenced here. So yeah, this got referenced. And now it knows about this, that this is coming from here. This is the interface. And this is the class, which is this one. So this should be like this. Okay, so once we add our service interface and class here by doing the dependency injection. So it means whenever we create a controller or any other class, we need to inject this interface in the constructor and it will be available in the class. So we can do unit testing. It's easy to do it once we have the dependency injected. And you can perform any other operations without the hassle of creating the object every time new. Okay, so now maybe we can create a controller here, a folder maybe called controllers. And inside this, I can maybe call it HangFire controller, and we see empty controller. So I can name it HangFire. Okay, so that's created. So it has these base classes you can extend. So it has already so much functionality related to a controller there, so you can use it. And in here, first we need to create constructor. So public base, and that's a constructor created. And this is our one index action within the controller. So we can maybe give it like a route where it should be accessible. So we can say HangFire. And within that, we need to call this function here from this controller. So first we need to inject the dependency that we added here. So we need to maybe bring it here and say we need to create object first. Read only. Import my personal service, and we need to inject this dependency in the constructor. And assign this. So now our object, this is available throughout the class, or we can create any other class like this. We need to inject in the constructor this dependency. It will be available throughout. So that's with the dependency injection, you can achieve this. Okay, so now we can do this dot run my task. So you can see here, it's complaining. You can say, okay. So whenever this endpoint is fired, it will go into this service and it will run this, run my task, which has this. Okay, so I'll build everything and then run. Okay, so run as HangFire app. So when I run this, works fine. And when I open up, I'll put it here at the corner. And I'll put a breakpoint here. So when I'll go to that endpoint we mentioned, API/HangFire, so it should it's hitting that. So you can see our debugger is working okay. So when I click this, so it run this task is run from my personal service. So whenever I hit again, it is hitting that. So it means it works fine. So we are getting this message now. Okay, so maybe we can add date time or something to see we are getting a date here as well. Date time dot now dot to string. Here I can mention dd y or minutes, seconds. Okay, so if I save it and run again, yeah, it's running. And open this, and I will go to API/HangFire. So it shows this message with timestamp. So as I'm refreshing, yeah, it's changing. Okay, so this works fine. And now maybe I'll close this and open up. So as you can see here in startup, we added HangFire with our DB connection. So if you go to our DB, we refresh this. So you can see the extra HangFire tables are automatically created. So we'll get the benefit of this, and I'll show you what more we can do now. So let's go to our controller, and in here, whenever this endpoint was hitting, we were calling this run my task, and it was showing this message with the timestamp. So now we can do something like we can comment out this, and here we can do recurring job dot add or update, and we can say maybe iPIP test job 1, and this is the name of job. And in the second parameter, it says we need to provide method, and third, the time interval. So first we put the string job name. So the second one can be this dot my personal service dot run my task. And in the last parameter, we can specify time. You can say like add some minutes, or you can do like cron dot daily. It will run daily, or hourly, or minutely, monthly, weekly, or yearly. So we can say minutely. So every minute we'll see this. Okay, so we can have a breakpoint here, and we can minimize this. It here, and I can save all, build, and run. Okay. So that's running. And now, instead of, if we go to API HangFire, is it? We can directly go to the HangFire dashboard. As you can see, the breakpoints are hitting. So we can go here, HangFire. So here we have a nice HangFire dashboard. So I'll bring this down here. Here we can see our servers this one is just started. These I already started a few minutes ago when our DB was created. So here you can see recurring jobs. Like we created here, a recurring job here. And it's minutely. So when I click here, it shows this recurring job name that we created, iPIP test job 1. So you can see it's coming here every minute. Breakpoint hit automatically. So here you will see scheduled job, what jobs are processing, what succeeded, any failures, deleted or waited or something in the queue. So when I click here, so 2 run jobs have already succeeded. So when I click on this will tell you what time, what duration it took, and what it did. So if I go here, so you can see your job run successfully, and it shows the time. So we are not firing any endpoint or link. it is working automatically at the moment. So after maybe a few seconds, this endpoint will hit, and you'll see the debugger here. You can see here. So when I click continue, we get here the third message. So if I go here, you can see a few seconds ago, this job fired. So this way you can maybe create jobs that can run um, minutely, or you can do it like yearly, weekly, or every day, or at some specific time. Like you're doing something and on every day at 5 p.m. something need to be fired, some emails need to be sent. So this may be your email service, and here you are doing like firing emails, and every time like lunchtime or evening is firing the emails for you or sending the documents to somewhere. So this is your personal service. This can be anything like an email service or anything. So you see here it's hitting the endpoint. So every minute it's hitting. So you can see here, and you can with the dashboard you can do something like manual thing as well. Like you can, any job you can click and you can in queue. So this will fire straight away. Here you can get message. So I'll bring this up. So here you can see here, I just run it at 48 and I click here and in queue, I got the breakpoint. So it's just, I run this. So you can do it manually as well. And you can also see the dashboard and see how many jobs are running. So you can create more than one, or you can create it in the startup, and that you don't need controller. It can work in a startup as well. So as you can see, these are working fine. And you can also change the status of it in the database so that it can work straight away. If you change the fields, like if you go in this table, you can see your data here. So these jobs have succeeded, and you can go this table to see their state, like they're processing, they're in queue, what time and stuff. And these are triggered by the scheduler. So all of these updates you can see triggered by dashboard UI. Updates you can see here. So yeah, so I added minutely because it should fire and we can see it straight away here. But you can put here like yearly or something. So if you do it weekly, then you need to wait a week, or you can do daily. But if your app is working perfectly on minutely, then you can do the other stuff like daily and other things. And you need to keep your app running, like your server is running here. And with the dashboard, you can control, and you can in queue your job again anytime you do it manually, and you'll have a full dashboard of all your jobs here. Like I created this one called iPIP test job 1. So you'll have all the jobs here, so you can click on it and trigger now, or you can delete it, and you can go in each one to see how many of that is fired. So like here 7 times it is fired, and you can do manual and stuff. Okay, so let's maybe push this app on GitHub. So let me log into my GitHub. Okay, so that's mine. And I have some apps here. So I need to create a new one. And I call it, what was that? Oh, this is running. I need to remove the breakpoints. So I'll keep that going. So app name was HangFire iPIP app. HangFire iPIP app. Description for core and HangFire. Public, add a readme file, create repository. So this created my repository. This is a repository link. So now I need to open up command prompt. And in here, as you can see, this is doing the job in the background. 9 of them run so far. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we have to go to that folder where our project is. So this is in this folder. Okay, so and in here is iPIP HangFire app. Yeah. So yeah, it has these two, personal service and this. So in here we need to do, you need to make sure you have Git installed. So you can install Git from online. You can search on Google. After that, you will be able to publish on GitHub. And then you can go to github.com, create an account. And then as I created new repository, just create new repository. This will give you a new link. And then just copy that link and go to the folder where the project is. And you can do git init here. And here you can do git remote add origin. And you put your repository link that you have created. And then you do git fetch. And so it does the fetch, and then you do git pull. This will pull whatever you have. So with the fetch, whatever remote repository you have, it will fetch and pull whatever latest related to already fetched one. So now you can do git add dot. So this will add files to staging and prepare for the commit. Okay, and now we can do git commit, and we can do initial commit of our project. We can put a message. So this added all of the files, and after commit we need to do git push your origin master to the master branch. Okay, should be origin. ORGIN. Okay, I got this pop-up. Sign in with the browser. Hello. Okay, there's added. You'll get this pop-up too. So that's added there. Now, if I go to my repository on GitHub and click refresh, let's see here. Must have recent pushes less than a minute ago. Okay. Maybe I'll see what the file folder structure has. Maybe I'll commit one file. This is my folder.
Looks like you have two branches there.
Hmm.
You have
Yeah,
branches.
maybe I'll put something here at the end. Save it and stop it. And from here, I'll commit. So if you have tortoise git, you can commit it from here as well. Getting some errors. Unsavable. By someone else. Git config global. Okay. Yeah, some tortoise git related errors I'm getting. Anyway, it's
If you
not.
will go to your commit Git itself, I think there are two branches created. What are the two branches? See, this main two branches.
Yeah, so
Click on this initial commit.
this one.
No, your name initial commit. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time we created the repo. So I'm looking for the one which put all of these files.
So click on branches. So you have two branches there. Next one.
Branch, master, yeah. There it is. Yeah, I was on the main one. Okay, so in master, yeah, we have this initial commit. So we have our two personal service here and HangFire app, and we have our controller and everything. Okay, good. So we can see our commit, and I was about to try and add something to the commit, but for some reason I can't do it through tortoise. Maybe I need to do it through maybe local. We can do git commit, git add, and read my changes. And git push. Yeah, so this has added. So now I'll refresh. My changes, yeah. So my changes are already here. So you can click on it. You can see I added this, which is here. Okay, so GitHub worked fine. And we created the repository and commit went okay. And you can do GitHub, you can deploy your app as well. There is a process of doing it. We have already explained it in our React session. So if you see the React session, I showed how to create a React app and how you can create repository and how you can deploy it as well. So if you want to deploy, you can follow this one. Maybe quickly, I can show you a Swagger. So for Swagger, which is very good for testing purposes. So if I go and click here, okay, .NET Core. Yeah, if I install this, yeah. So in our startup, so here we can have a code already. I can put it here. For Swagger, you can put this code here, and in your configure services, here you can put this code, just one piece of code here about what you're adding, and also some code here related to uSwagger and uSwagger UI. And after that, in your controller, make sure you have like HTTP controllers, like HTTP GET, and you have other verbs like post, put, delete. So let's call it HTTP GET. And when we do this, and I clean and rebuild. Just few minutes remaining. We are almost 1 hour. We started a bit late. Okay, so unable to resolve. Unable to resolve. Slash bucket. Okay. Why it's not able to resolve? Okay, so this is working. Yeah. So once you have your settings right, you go here and like here you just on your API, like here I clicked HangFire. You have your dashboard open. So you just click on Swagger. That's it. So when you run this kind of page will open up. This will show you your function where you added HTTP GET. So it will show you this. And in here, you'll have option to maybe click on post and you can put body or something, and you can fire. So once you click fire, you'll get the breakpoint here and you can do it manually. So, but we already have HangFire running, and as you can see, it's firing the events. So you can do that manually as well. Like you go here, your server is running, and this is one that we created. And you click, to see how many jobs succeeded. So this one just running. Yeah, you can do manually here, like you wanted the first one to run again. So you enqueue that, so as you can see it run. So you can run like 5 of them together, or these all together, as you can see. So it will run minutely, as we added here, minutely. So that's all it is. Any question you have, let me know. And there are a couple of links related to HangFire which are useful. I'll show you that. One is this, you can note down. Here, you can go, it will tell you how to get started like we did, and how to configure, and in background methods, you can fire emails, and it will tell you how call method in the background, like you can do a background job, and you can do methods in delay, like after maybe in minutes you can say 10 or 20. So after 20 minutes it will run it instead of per minute here. So yeah, and other things are you can do recurrent jobs like daily, or you can in the last parameter you can say like a timestamp, like divided by 2 or something, some calculation you can add, and it will run according to your time calculation.
So, Ikram,
Yeah.
the use case is if I'm going to send every day morning 8 a.m. email
Yeah.
to a specific set of clients, is it?
Yeah. Emails you want to send, or in your service, the service can be doing anything, any big stuff. It will do that. Like it's performing my like 20 different operations, sending files from here to there to different servers. So you can see here in these jobs, recurring jobs, you will have a job created, and you'll see what your job is doing it. And if it is running every day at a specific time, you will see it's processing. If it is taking time, you'll see it here. If it is failed, it comes here. You can see the problem, error log, everything comes here. And in succeed, you can see what it does, and you can go in air to see how long it took, what servers used and worker and stuff. And
We can connect with any database. We can run on any rule, anything.
Yeah, you can run your rule, and you can manually use the same job again. So it's very useful where companies wanted to do something automatic, like every day to perform some operation or manual, so they can have a dashboard. Like it used to be in Ecrons, there used to be no dashboard. So in the background, one service is running and it's doing something, and only a developer would be able to see what it is doing. So here you can see what they're doing, any problem, processing, any failed or something. So you can go in the failed one and see what's really in the problem. And then you can go in the code to see why it's a failure or something. So you can perform any operation. Here I just send one message. So it can be email, it can be anything.
Very good.
Yeah. So that's the thing you can achieve from Ecrons and with this HangFire dashboard.
I have one use case. Definitely, I will be talking to you to just send some files and some documents on.
Yeah, I can help if Anybody has any other question, you can put it in chat or you can ask. And here you can note down this repository link, which I made it public. So if you like the code of this, so I'll just send it in chat window. So you can go there and you can download the code by doing git fetch, git pull, by copying this repo. So you'll get all of the code that we published. So everything you will get, and it will run straight away if you have .NET and .NET Core 3+, or if you have latest .NET 6. Okay, so yeah, in database, yeah, we can see it's all running okay. So any other question? No, I think we can close it off here. I'm gonna stop recording now. And attending this session, I hope you have learned about .NET Core, Dependency Injection, CronJobs and HangFire, and GitHub Publishing. CronJobs and HangFire in any application. You have any service running, doing anything, you can connect your service with this, and you'll have dashboard and jobs running in background. Okay, so that's all. So thank you very much, everyone. And we'll have the recording available on YouTube. Thanks.